Fade in. EXT Target parking lot, day. A bright, sunny afternoon. The parking lot is busy with shoppers loading up their cars. Samantha, a middle-aged woman with short, highlighted hair and oversized sunglasses, is in her SUV. She throws it in reverse without looking and crash. She slams into a parked car. The car belongs to Chester, a mild-mannered, middle-aged man in a sweater vest, who comes walking out of Target just in time to see the damage. Chester. Oh, come on. My car. Samantha. Loudly, arms crossed. Well, maybe you shouldn't have parked there. This is your fault. Chester. Confused. I was parked in a legal space. Samantha. Scoffing. You shouldn't have been there when I needed to back up. Give me your insurance info. Chester inspects his car. The rear bumper is crushed. The parking space lines are clearly visible. Chester. Sarcastic. Yeah, because I should have known you were gonna hit me. Chester pulls out his phone and starts recording. Samantha. Eyes widen. Oh, what are you doing? Are you recording me? That's illegal. You can't record me. Chester. Actually, I can. Samantha. Losing it. You are harassing me. This is harassment. A crowd starts to gather. A bystander calls the police. EXT Target parking lot, later. Police sirens wail as Officer Johnson and his partner pull up. They approach Samantha, who is still screaming at Chester. Officer Johnson. Ma'am, what seems to be the problem? Samantha. Pointing aggressively. This man illegally parked, and I accidentally hit him, but it's his fault. Officer Johnson. Sternly. Ma'am, this is a marked parking space. The accident is your fault. Samantha. Gasping, hands on hips. Excuse me. Are you even listening to me? Officer Johnson. Ma'am, calm down. Samantha. Oh, I see what this is. You're all against me. You're all conspiring against me. She steps toward Officer Johnson and starts tapping his chest with her finger. Officer Johnson. Firmly. Ma'am, back away. Samantha. Poking him harder. I know my rights. Officer Johnson sighs, then pulls out his taser and zap. Samantha stiffens and drops to the pavement. The crowd gasps. Int. County Jail, next day. Samantha, now in an orange jumpsuit, stands in court before Judge Judy. Judge Judy. Reviews file, unamused. Samantha, you are charged with resisting arrest and assaulting an officer. What do you have to say? Samantha. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. This is all Chester's fault. And Officer Johnson's. They should all be arrested. Judge Judy. Firm. Ma'am, you have the right to remain silent. I suggest you use it. Samantha. Scoffing. Oh, you're just like the rest of them. Judge Judy. I'll take that as a refusal to listen. Bail denied. Samantha. Screeching. What? Int. Civil court, weeks later. Chester stands before another judge, filing a lawsuit against Samantha for damages. Judge. Miss Samantha, your insurance company has confirmed that your policy was cancelled at the time of the crash. You are responsible for paying Mr. Chester for the damages. Samantha. Screeching. This is unfair. He shouldn't have parked there. Judge. Sighs, bangs gavel. Contempt of court. Bailiff, take her away. Bailiffs escort a flailing Samantha out of the courtroom as Chester smirks in satisfaction. Fade to black. The end. Remember, don't be a Karen. If you like this, remember to click like and subscribe. Fade in. EXT Eric's mother's house, day. A modest, well-kept home stands among other suburban houses. In the front yard, a massive pine tree towers, its thick branches swaying gently. Eric George, 40s, rugged but kind-hearted, pulls up in his truck. He steps out, taking in the house with a nostalgic sigh. As he approaches the door, a group of HOA board members, led by President Richard Langston, 50s, smug and entitled, walks up the driveway. Richard. Eric, sorry to hear about your mother. Joanna was a valued member of the community. Eric. Thanks. She loved this place. Richard. Yes, well, on a more pressing matter, she was behind on her HOA fees. We need to settle that. Eric. That's impossible. She never joined the HOA. Richard. Chuckles, there must be some misunderstanding. We have records. Eric. Mutters, yeah, I bet you do. Get off my property. Richard's smile fades. He motions for the other board members to leave, but his eyes burn with quiet rage. Cut to Eric's house, weeks later. Eric sifts through his mail, pulling out multiple letters from the HOA, all citing violations regarding the pine tree. He scoffs, crumpling them and tossing them in the trash. Cut to Eric's home, night. Eric sits at his mother's old desk, flipping through her neatly kept records. His eyes narrow as he sees no HOA agreement anywhere. The phone rings. Eric. Hello? Richard, VO. Eric, ignoring official notices isn't wise. That tree is not on our approved list. Eric. That tree was here before your precious HOA existed. Stop harassing me. He slams the phone down. Cut to EXT Courthouse, day. Eric stands before a judge with his lawyer. Richard and the HOA's attorney stand across from them. Eric. Your Honor, my mother never signed this HOA agreement. And this signature? It's a forgery. Eric hands the judge documents. The judge compares them, then nods to Eric's handwriting expert. Handwriting expert. This signature does not match Joanna George's known handwriting. Judge. Clears throat, the lien and fines are dismissed. Furthermore, I find the HOA in violation of fraudulent practices and order financial penalties. Eric smirks as Richard stews in anger. Cut to EXT Eric's house, day. Eric returns from a trip, his suitcase in hand. He stops dead in his tracks. The pine tree is gone. A note on his door reads, tree removal, bill enclosed. Eric's hands tremble. He calls his lawyer. Lawyer, VO. They crossed a line. We're suing. Cut to courtroom, months later. Eric's lawyer presents expert testimony on the tree's value. Tree expert. That tree was worth at least $7,500 in lumber alone, not including sentimental value and environmental impact. Lawyer. We are suing for treble damages, bringing the total to $22,500, plus additional damages for loss of property, shade, and emotional distress. We are seeking $125,000. Richard squirms in his seat as the judge nods in agreement. Judge. Judgment in favor of Eric George. The HOA is to pay $125,000. Cut to EXT neighborhood, day. A for sale sign stands in front of the former HOA office. The HOA is dissolved, bankrupt. Eric kneels in his yard, planting a young pine tree where the old one once stood. He pats the soil gently, looking up at the sky. Eric. This one's for you, Mom. Fade out. Remember to click like and subscribe.